March 2nd.
It's 5:00. This is the celebration community services board of directors meeting. It is August 27th. We'll call the meeting to order. 5:00 was the meeting properly noticed.
Yes, it was properly noticed.
We have Bill online. We have 3 directors here. So do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I move to adopt.
Okay, I got it.
So for Eric, second from Katie. Any discussions? No? Right, all in favor?
Right?
Opposed?
I'll do it in a sec. I'll do it because I'm already here.
Okay.
So we are discussing the CCS budget.
First approval of minutes for February 26, 2025.
Okay, so Eric, second discussion. In favor? Opposed? So we can the agenda to vote up.
Everybody's
now,
a presenter.
100% only organizers and see it in the list.
Yes,
okay, so we have a motion to approve the CCS budget for 2025.
26.
26.
So moved.
Eric,
Second.
second from Katie, and discussion.
So you were all emailed this morning a fund analysis from Ray noting that there's sufficient fund balance to cover the projected deficit that we believe we will run in 2026. It's an $1,800 deficit, but there'd be about a 12 to 14,000 fund balance at the end of 2025. The notable change in the 2026 Day event as part of this budget because it's the 30th anniversary next year. So on the anniversary years, we do the Saturday event related to founders is usually opened up and turned into more of a 4th of July type deal. But Nikki and Allison are here if you have any questions about the budget.
I had a question.
Okay.
I
Everybody here is fine.
believe I saw under, what is it? Setup? What is the line item? It's blank. Labor?
Yes,
Labor. It's blank.
yep. So there were originally funds allocated in there when the draft budget was inherited by Nikki and her team from the previous team. And those were zeroed out because of the way we've modified doing the events.
So, that was, I'm trying to remember, was that the setup for the vendors downtown for 4th of July? 3,000 to hire.
Yeah, it was using third-party temp
Right.
workers to do that.
And now what will we be doing this year?
So for this year, we will use the staff for some of the setup like we do for 4th of July. And we also have our volunteer program that's proving very successful in saving staff time. We've only had to use staff for 4th of July this year and no other events.
That's awesome.
I'll say back office staff, not the events team.
So then, you feel that the third party is not needed?
Correct.
What, so is there a reason I was thinking a little bit more? Doesn't Canoa get this as well?
They do.
They make it.
CCS,
They are, so,
we will be already notified Canoa and their GBA visit celebration that we will be asking for substantial contributions and sponsorships for 4th of July and the Founders Day event.
so, perfect. And then, so just the spirit of partnership, not just holding out our hand. Have they been consulted?
They've been
around all that
fully
engaged?
in the 30th anniversary discussions. We've had monthly meetings for the last 3 or 4 months.
Correct.
With the foundation and Lexon.
Okay.
In planning a 30 for 30. So we're doing 30 anniversary events leading up to Founders Day.
Okay.
And we're doing some of those events, the foundation's doing some of those events, and Lexon's doing some of those events.
Okay. We should continue hearing obviously that type of stuff, so.
Do you guys want to logo with the board?
We made a logo.
What?
Yeah, we use corporate marketing to create an updated logo for the 30th.
Yes.
Board meeting. Board meeting starts at 6.
Yeah.
That is the structure. The infrastructure.
They're the ones that create all the meeting invites moving forward. Oh, that's Dawn talking.
No, that's this.
Last day.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
That
Yeah, I was just going with my wife to that concert, so.
Oh, that's right.
Laboring to know about like the marketing
Mhm.
and all of that. So that's where I just want to make sure that as we're on public record, that if they have been talking with you all and it has been discussed, that it's not them getting blindsided, they're consulted, being marketed the right way. Wonderful.
I have a
Okay.
marketing person now too.
They do have a marketing person.
I have a question. The event that is on CCS for, Founder's Day, are we able to apply for grants from experiences and making
We
that?
have slated $25,000 in grant money from Experience Kissimmee. We've already had precursor conversations with them about it. It was not part of this grant cycle, but it will be part of next year's grant cycle.
We want to look at the logo and then dig into the board. What do we want to do? Or do you just want to send the logo as a follow-up?
I'm sorry, it's under Allison. Hold on, sorry.
Pulling up that logo for us. Okay.
Look at that. Fancy pants.
So,
Work and everything. Look at that. And,
There's a story
the
about
items.
the logo. We always like to make sure there's meaningful experiences. So the previous logo was, a young girl on a bicycle. Now this is 30 years later, so we are.
E-bike. Yeah, I
What
like.
it would be.
Oh.
No, we did a scooter for a
It's a scooter.
reason.
It's a
Yes,
scooter.
it's a push scooter, not an
Yeah,
e-bike.
yeah.
Wow.
But it's basically like her kid growing up.
Oh, my
God. What are you doing? Come on.
Come on, Nikki.
That's tough. That's screen right
That
there.
is beautiful marketing.
Oh, look at that. Okay,
That is amazing.
so moved.
Are we
So-
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Are you moving the motion or are you moved the?
Both.
Yeah, so we'll have
That's-
merchandise
that's smart.
associated
That's
with this. We're also talking about doing an unveiling at the end of this year at one of our events. Hopefully we can convince one of you or Dawn to kind of MC that unveiling at that event.
Charles got it.
No, I won't be on the board. John is, this fall.
It will be in November.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense. So. Actually, so on the topic of items, so when we realize revenue from selling these, does that come through CCS or will that come through Pro?
It will go back to CCS.
They'll go back to CCS, okay,
Cool.
great.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, kudos to, you say Grand Manners Corporate did this?
Yes.
Or
Corporate
Elevated Manager?
Corporate marketing consulted with Nikki and Allison. They really came up with the concept
Yeah.
and corporate marketing ran with it.
That's up, that's amazing.
She's growing up. Wait, did the dog die though? Is the
That's everybody with.
Yeah.
They're for the-
dog- A walker. You know what? The dog is at the dog park. Oh, they're off.
Thank
There you go. That's very good.
On the bark bus.
On the bark bus. Yeah, on the bark bus. Yeah.
Oh,
Love it.
that's awesome. Good stuff, okay. So I guess we're back to the budget.
You have to call the question for the budget, right?
Would we need to discuss anything else? Was there
That's
anything
the
else?
only notable change. We will note that fireworks for next year are projected to be in the 40,000-ish range based on every vendor we're talking to, based on the new tariffs that are in effect, because they're all getting their supply from overseas. So that is calculated in this budget. Pups and Pints is, pretty much the same as it has been in terms of price and net. Home Improvement Expo next year is going to be the Health Improvement Expo. And we're gonna switch from year to year between the two so they don't get stale. And Fortune Yard is pretty much,
Which we don't make anything up, fortunately.
So you opened
We
the,
switched just to one.
one Fortune Yard, there's not two.
Oh, we're doing one now.
yeah.
Okay,
That's how we were
okay,
able
yeah.
to find ways to kind of help make this work for the 30th.
We don't make anything anyway, unfortunately, don't we lose anyway, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
At the bottom of the document, I noticed that there was the drone/laser. Is that meant to replace fireworks or is that supplemental?
Correct. For founders. Yeah,
Okay,
we're trying to do something different.
different. I like it. Yeah, okay.
And basically the drone show, when we were talking to some few well-known drone I guess, vendors. We're trying to, once again, like what we did with the logo, we're trying to do a story. So it's not just like random things in the sky. It's gonna be an actual story of celebration.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer that than just blowing a bunch of.
It's
stuff.
also proven beneficial in talking to potential sponsors.
Sponsorships, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Sure,
sure.
that's great.
Cool.
Okay, any other, Katie, Bill, anything? Bill? Okay, all right, we call the question. So all in favor of approving the 2026 CCS budget? Any opposed?
And then one other item on the agenda, which was for discussion.
Cups and Pines potential donation.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
let Nikki kick it off.
Oh, thanks. So Allison and I have been looking at vendors for the upcoming Pups and Pines. We also scout other events outside of celebration, and we went to, I believe it's called Bark in the Park at Lake Eola. And all these dog events always have like something about like donating, all the funds will go to or a certain percentage of proceeds. We noticed when we were reaching out to vendors, they're all about like, I'm only gonna go for one reason, like whether it's a donation or what, or not. So we wanted to see if it's possible that a certain percentage of our sales, as long as we cover our profit and or expenses, if that could be donated to a nonprofit dog organization.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see any reason. We're not in the business of this of making money for on it.
We're here to make positive.
I don't think we can at CCS actually.
No, it's a
So it's
non-profit,
a nonprofit.
so yeah, we should,
So,
yeah.
no, I think that sounds perfect. And then to your point, it probably gives you more of a hook with,
Correct, to get more vendors to come.
Yeah.
Is there a certain percentage?
I appreciate that. I think we all, I don't say, I think we are, just everything that you've presented here is really just powerful and moving. And I'm not saying that in a corny way, like this is a really, really thoughtful, long-term storytelling and tying it to a more meaningful journey. I'm honestly like, I'm so impressed. You all have done just an amazing job. So thank you. And this goes beyond everything that we're talking about today. So thank you. Honestly, this is.
percentage wise, what do you think if we cover expenses? What, like, backing into the number? How much do we think that we would bring in from it versus how much? I think anything over expenses is fine. If that turns out to be 40%, okay, fine. But I know you need a number, but like, what could we?
Yes,
Yes.
for what we were expecting for Pups and Pints, it would be a profit of $15,000.
Okay. So that would be, do we make up a percentage?
That would be 100% of the profit.
So, yeah, I don't know.
The
Well,
marketing
that's
person
the
with Canelo
starting
would
point,
also
like
help
if we wanted to
along
do
with that.
1,500, 2,000, or if you buy, like, cause we were gonna do like a beer garden, with the, town tavern, like if you buy a beer, like 10 or $1 proceeds goes to X, Y, and Z. If it's $1, 10%. We're trying to get the vendors, your vendor fees either 75 or $100, depending on if you want a tent from us or not. But we want to say like $10 or $5 will go to this organization. It'll get more people motivated to attend, one, and to give back too.
And is that something too, with experience, Kissimmee, we would also socialize with them through the grant writing process and
Right.
just so it's a more compelling grant
Yes.
for both. Okay, cool. So do you just need,
A percent.
She needs a number.
I would say off the top of my head, 50%. That way it's just kind of like.
Would that cover, what was the number that you were saying that you?
Well, we're expecting to make a profit of $15,500 for 2026.
So then,
don't we just say like net proceeds, like in general, isn't that typically how, do
so
we need to?
50% of net proceeds or something like
Okay.
that.
But something to bring up is that helps offset the cost of the 30th for Founder's Day, so you won't get that. So that's something we wanted.
We're splitting hairs a little bit
Yeah.
there. I think it's okay. How much does
You
it,
do like 20.
how much does the event cost?
It's to run the event or actually participate in the event.
To run the event?
To run the event, we were looking. Oh, my apologies. It was 15,500. The profit was 11,600. So 15,500 is the expenses. 11,600 is what we will make in profit from the event.
Is this the first time we're doing something like this? So we don't even have,
Right.
we could look,
So,
so,
because CROA can't, you can't donate
yeah.
homeowner dues.
I
Maybe
mean,
just start with 10% if you would like.
maybe, when are we having another CCS meeting?
We hold them ad hoc, so we could say we'll go out to
Do some
other
research.
entities, do some research and propose kind of a structure.
What do y'all think about that? Just so we're making it educated.
I think that's fine. I think that we need to, I think that we need to
How much do we need to offset
founders.
others? Roughly.
If you do 50% of the 11, you'll still be fine with the fund balance.
And you do what?
If you do 50% of the 11, you'll still be fine with the fund balance that you have carrying this year.
So there may be somewhere between 20 and still offsets others. Do we have to say, like, can it just be like, can we let experienced consuming know a portion of the proceeds, or do they need to know? they
So we
can't?
actually already got our Puffs and Pints approved from them.
Okay.
This is
It's the
just to help
sponsors.
us get
Yeah.
more sponsors, 1 and 2 more vendors to attend.
Do they need to know the percent, or can we just say a percentage of the proceeds? And then,
But we could just say a percentage of proceeds and review it down the line. We just kind of want the blessing of.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that makes sense. And then I think the organization, just picking that.
Yes, we're working with the dog park committee,
Oh, cool.
with the special events committee, just to get them involved. They're gonna look at, nonprofit of, organizations and present it to the special events committee. Would you all like to approve that nonprofit, like at another CCS meeting?
Do we need to approve? Well,
I would say just for formality's sake, we should have the board approve it. So when we bring back the organization that we're proposing to donate to, we'll also propose a schedule for the.
that was, so then we'll schedule it.
I do have one question. If you scroll to the bottom of the sheet, we have a negative $1,850. Does that mean for the year we're expecting to run a deficit in the budget? If you keep scrolling down?
Yeah, it does mean we are expecting to run a deficit for the year. However, in the email I sent out to everybody this morning, there was a fund analysis completed by Ray. There's sufficient fund balance carrying through this year to accommodate that $1,800 and still leave a fund balance.
Okay, and we're talking about, we're talking about taking profit that's already in this budget and donating it so that to make that deficit even bigger.
It will, even if you put 50% of that profit from that event into the deficit here, you still have enough fund balance to accommodate it.
Okay, I just wanted to understand. Thank you.
And what do we project? So what is the, again, like with revenue that we realized just over the year from events, because that's a very, like that, we could do better. And, you know, depending on the event. So what do we currently?
So Founder's Day, you're anticipating $98,000 in revenue. Fortune Yard, $5,900 in revenue. Home Improvement, $38,100 in revenue. Puffs and Pints, $27,100 in revenue. And 4th of July, $55,500 in revenue.
And that's pretty consistent, like what you've seen, like over like the last few years.
It's bumping it up a little bit,
It is.
Especially in sponsorships.
but we've seen this team overperform in sponsorships lately, especially with summer camp. And in-kind sponsorships, which has been saving money on expenditures in the back end. So we're not spending as much as we anticipated.
I thought we were struggling with sponsorships in some areas.
That's
though.
because when you're planning events 6 months out,
Right,
so they took over an event that didn't have the strong sponsorship from their predecessors.
got it.
So now that we see them fully engaged and on board and they're actually running the event from planning to execution,
Okay.
we're seeing them perform better than.
But yeah,
And this is the time of year we're actually looking for sponsors for Founders of 2026.
Like you're seeing here on Cups and Pints, an increase of sponsorship from 4,500 to 15,000.
that's
That's great.
good.
Same with Home Improvement Expo from 10,000 to 25,000. So while it's still showing a bit of a negative at the end of the year, it's being very aggressive with sponsorships.
Okay. There's nothing to do.
All right, anything, Bill, anything else before we call the question? Good. All right, well, so we're good on next steps on, okay, great. All right, so all in favor of approving the 2026 CCS budget, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, wait, never mind, sorry. My goodness. It's been a while. Okay,
This is just discussion.
okay,
Adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Sorry.
All right, we're adjourned at 5:20.
See you later, Bill.
See you.
Bye, Bill. See you in a little bit.
That was.
That's great. That's what's.